Okay.
Okay, Hari Om. I think it was very good. All of you studied well, explained it well beyond any doubt. I would congratulate you and appreciate your efforts. You have done a good job. I think this Narada Bhakti Sutra, all of you mentioned about Narada, how he has evolved, improved so many people. All of you mentioned about Dhruva, Prahalad, Valmiki, Vedavyas, so many hosts of people, incomparable. So obviously it should be something great. So let us have, because fortunately we are getting that. And it also said, Narada itself means one who gives knowledge. We will understand it as a combination of true devotion and knowledge. In fact, there is no difference between Parama Bhakti and Parama Jnana. There is no difference. And we will approach this in, I know all of you are told, but still I would very strongly suggest that we will approach it via word of Narada. We'll try to understand Bhakti. And Sutra, I think all of you know, there are some qualifications necessary for it to be called Sutra. It is a Dalpaksharam, Asandigdam, Saravat, Vishwatomakam, Astobham, Anavashyam. Means a sutra is one which will have minimum words and no ambiguity, number two, Asandigdam. And Saravat, it should have the essence. And it should apply multifaceted, it should apply to all. And no unwanted things there. Avoid unwanted words, very crisp. And the sixth point was free from all errors, including grammatical errors. So I would strongly suggest you have been reading Pujya Gurudev Swami Chinmayananda's commentary. You can listen to so many audios and all that. So ultimately form your own opinion and experience. So Sutra, we have mentioned, Narada, we talked. Then we'll try to discuss what is Bhakti. And here in Pujya Gurudev's book on his commentary, he has given that whoever wants to understand this Narada Bhakti Sutra should become qualified. Like, remember we saw in Sadhana Chatushtaya, in Tattva Bodha, like that. And it is in the book. I think all of you have written it down. Please write it down in your pad. These are the four, and these are the 7 qualifications that we must have. Number 1, Viveka. One below the other. It is in the book, you can copy it also. You must have Viveka, discrimination in the food. Carefully. Not only food through the mouth, through the eyes and ears. Please get qualified by having reasonable control over what you see, what you hear, what you eat. Otherwise, this won't work. Like Sadhana Chatushtaya. And we must also, the second qualifications that all of us should develop is called Vimukta. Freedom from the temporary, worldly, pain-giving desires. And third is that what we know, what we heard, what we listen, we must practice is called Abhyasa. And fourth qualifications, please write down with, is called Kriya, means let us develop, you are already developing the habit of doing good to others. I know at this moment I have to stop. All of you are already qualified. You are doing it, but still let us recollect and ensure. Do Kriya means help people, as many people as possible. And Kalyana, number 1, let us have purity in the thought. in the word and deeds. Let us practice non-violence, charity, and those good qualities will develop. And anavasara, that means we must be cheerful. Even in spirituality, is not for dull and dull. Be bright, be cheerful. Right now, all of you, please become cheerful, at least for the next 20 minutes. Be cheerful, be smiling. Your mind will get relaxed. And the other one is anavadhyam. This is another practice is, this is called excessive hilariousness. That is to be avoided. So I would very strongly recommend you write down this, and for till February end, try to find out whether you are trying to practice or not. I know you are all very sincere, dedicated people. You have written it down in your pad. And it is not the question of how much I know, how big scholar I am and all that. No. Ultimately, you must put it into practice. Mahamantra says, knowing is not doing, doing is doing. Let us become eligible. And then, Sutra we mentioned. And now, this is a collection of so many people. So that's why he is using the Vakya Syamaha. And Ata is this what I told now. After, Ata, after developing this, whatever you have listed down, these 7 practices, that you are going to put it into practice. That's why he says, after you develop this, I am going to give you. So I would appreciate that. I know I have understood. I appreciate that all of you are practicing. So you are qualified to get into Narada Bhakti Sutra. Please continue. And what is bhakti? Now, let us temporarily forget about all these great words and all that we are talking. Let us go to very, very simple terminology that you know. Now, what do we normally, I know none of you, normally people understand bhakti means, in fact, bhakti is misunderstood. Normally, just find out, how do you know that he is a bhakta? He will have various symbols on the forehead, and the hair will be like that, and the dressing will be like that, and he will be just doing a lot of rituals. These things people wrongly call as devotion. In fact, Pujya Gurudev Swami Chinmayananda says, it is not in the dress. It is not bhakti, devotion. He is not throwing flowers, is his word, burning incense sticks, showing this lamp. No, none of them. Bhakti is misunderstood. I know you are in the spiritual line, you know, but most of the places, bhakti is misunderstood. That's it. We will try to, so having known, we'll remove that from our mind, that wrong understanding. And now I want us to understand very simple one. We will go from what we already know, love. Let me tell you, I think I have told you in this forum many times, love is the most talked, least understood, rarely practiced. No, I know. It is a wrong term that we are using. Now, all of you were in colleges and you were there, and hopefully some of you loved somebody, a boy or a girl. Hopefully a boy loved a girl and a girl loved a boy. The other way also is also possible, no problem. When you love, why did you say, see her beautiful face? What a nice denture she has. What a nice color she has. You are appreciating the hardware. Some of you fell in love. You don't rise in love. Fell in love because of the cover on the hardware. Cover on the hardware, you understand? The kind of dress. What nice dress he has come. He has come. So, now, you call this love? No. Because very soon the teeth will fall and the hairs also will become gray and all that. And the shape of the body, 36, 22, 36 will go away. And when it goes away, what you are loving was the hardware or the cover on the hardware, which changes and you don't, then that is not love. Because it is changing, are you understanding? Or you say, I love her because she is my wife, because she is my husband, because he or she is doing it for me, because she is cooking and all that, and blah, blah. Anything love, this is a golden definition. Most of our love is love because of. Think. It should be in spite of. I'm giving you this definition of love because then you have to understand bhakti, because we know this term. And if you say, I love my husband, I love my wife, I love my child, my son, my daughter, it is called not love at all, my father, mother. Carefully. It is, if it is something, if I love my son, my daughter, my grandson, then it is restricted to that person. It is not love. Carefully. Love, I love my dog, means other dogs. Right? That I love my house, I love my car. To a particular person or a thing, if it is restricted, it is. See, it is, again, I use the same term, most misunderstood. Love is the most talked, least understood, never practiced. It is a misunderstanding. And it's a condition. Most of the persons I have seen, I love my son, they were telling, afterwards, that fellow gave heart, and you say, I hate him. It was conditional. Are you getting it? Anything with a condition is not love. Anything restricted to a person is not love. Like that. And that is why he says, but this is another golden rule. Love is simple. Lovers are rare. Love is very simple. But lovers are rare. And we use the wrong word, attachment, as love. Now that person doesn't, he was loving me more. Now he is loving less. Why? Because he used to tell me 5 times per day, I love you. Then he reduced it to 3 times per day. Now only once in a week he is telling I love.
That too to somebody else.
Are you understanding? We are using that word for love. And you know, nowadays, even in India, children see in a TV, they see, we think a boy and a girl holding hands and going around the tree and all that, we call it as love. The child says, see, they are loving. And some people wrongly, I think Sagar brought that view, that point. Love cannot be physical, cannot be even emotional, cannot be even intellectual. Think. Love is something beyond all this, all the senses, all the mind, all the intellect. It is something divine. Love is divine. Love. So some people, don't mistake me, they will say, I will make love inside a bedroom. It is not a physical action. Carefully. We call lust as love, attachment as love, adjustments as love. This is something beyond. And what is love is, if somebody is harming you, somebody is troubling you, from whom you have nothing to gain, somebody started towards that person. If there is something positive coming inside you, then it is love. Then they say love, and love is God. This love, now we have understood this love. There are more. I am only restricting it. You can go on thinking. This love, and there is what is called as true love, genuine love. That is indicated in this verse Sutra 2 as Parama Prema. Not Prema, supreme love. We have now understood love. Love cannot be expressed. Love cannot be talked. Love can be only experienced. Carefully. And this turn towards the higher is called bhakti. That is why people, they use the right word, these boys and girls, they say, I fell in love with her. I fell in love. Yeah, you fall in love if it is pertaining to a matter, no? About the word. But that turn higher is bhakti. So if you see the sutras, atato bhaktim, we will now explain bhakti. And immediately he says, what is that? Parama prema rupa. Love, pure love is devotion. So please keep it in your mind for the entire period of Narada Bhakti Sutra. If you have understood, that's why, if you have understood, if you have experienced the love, you have experienced God. Love is God. Hopefully get it. Don't miss this important. If you really want to experience God, experience love. And not the kind of love that we have known it. Now you know the definition. And even towards the God also, it should not be, there again, I am trying to bring the similarity between the bhakti and the jnana. You all of you know this very well. We have got the Chaturvida Vadanti Mam Jana Sukrutino Arjuna, Artha, Jignasu, Artharthi, Jnani. Majority of the people go have devotion to the God because God gave me this, give me that, give me that. Give me a house, give me a position, give me more better return in shares and give me. And some people ask, don't give me any problems. Artha. Some people Jignasu. But they are all certainly the Gauna Bhakta. Parama Bhakta is one who wants nothing. That is why I think some of you did mention about that king of all kings, like Narada, we had Kulasekara Alvar. He said, Naham Mande, Mukunda Mala is one of the greatest works of Kulasekara, the king. He says, Naham Mande Tavacharana Yoho, Dvandva Madvandva Heto, Kumbhi Pakam, Gurumapi, Hare, Nadakam, Napanetum, Ramya Rama, Vrudhatanu Kata, Nandane, Apirentam, Bhave, Hridaya Bhavane, Bhavaye Bhavantam. He is not asking, don't give me this, I want Swarga, I don't want Naraka. He says, Nasta Dharme, Navasunitaye, I don't want any one of these. Na eva kama upabhoge, yeddad bhavyam bhavad bhagavan purva karmana rupam. We should become that. Don't ask him, I want that, I want that. I am not asking for anything artha and kama. I want you and you alone. We have to choose between Lord's gift and Lord himself. Most of us are like Duryodhana. We want God's gift. It is not devotion. So this will be Amrita Swarupa, means what? Most of our the 1, 2, 3 speaks of what is bhakti. Bhakti is amrita. It will never go. Permanent. Amrita Swarupa means, in this context, I want you to understand, Mrita means death, but in this context, please understand it as change. Mrita is one, that way every minute we are dying. Any change is called Amritam. No change is Amritam. This devotion, now see in the background in which I have talked about that love. Our love is Mrita, so-called love. It is changing. Today I love him, afterwards I love somebody else. I love this. That is changing. And in fact, love should be, it is like that. This, I think, is very, very clear. A little bit of English grammar. I love somebody or something. There is a subject, there is a verb, love, and object. Carefully. First, remove the object. I love. Not restricted to anybody or anything. Remove the object. I love. The object. Now, slowly remove that I subject. Ankar. Then it goes, that love, which was verb, becomes noun. Kriyapada becomes namapada. That is love. Not no object, no subject. It is that. And that Amrita Swarupa. No change, no change. Because it doesn't depend upon anybody or anything. I want you to experience by February this love. And all of you mentioned very well, in 4, 5, 6 are the affects of 1, 2, 3. We have understood the definition of love, what genuine love is. Now 4, 5, 6 says, why should we have studied this Narada Bhakti Sutra? Why should we experience love? Nothing wrong in we getting the question. The answer is indicated. Why we must study? What happens? What are the effects of true, genuine love? Parama Prema Rupa. Genuine bhakti is indicated in 4, 5, 6. Siddha Bhavati. Not all those small siddhis. I give you this. Not those siddhis. The ultimate siddhi is, I realize Aham Brahmasmi. That you will get. And those who practice Narada Bhakti Sutra, Amrutaham, you will never die. Die means I also don't die. Not the hair dying. No dying. None of you will die. Amrutaha Bhavati. Actually, in reality, you don't become deathless. You are deathless. Careful. You realize that. And Truptaha Bhavati. Hey, what a great satisfaction. You will be absolutely satisfied and nothing else. And you will not kinchit vanchati. Why do you want anything? Because you are the king yourself. You are the supreme. And when you have that, why small things? All the worldly pleasures, all the worldly things. I think some of you brought it rightly. Even the desire to have moksha also. Beautifully said. And obviously, no shochati. All of us are grieving. The Narada Bhakti Sutra assures by practicing the sutras, 84 sutras in 10 chapters, you will not grieve. What a great benefit. I know all of you want to grieve. We don't want to grieve. Practice this. And Dveshti. Why do you hate anybody? When you see the difference only, when I and him are that, is same. In essence, is same. There is Dvesha will come only when there is duality. When the same, we are able to see the same Atman, no Dveshti. Naramate means no materialistic pleasures you will go. Naramate, don't misunderstand it as. No Utsahi Bhavati. Oh, now I have understood. The moment I am in spiritual means, no enthusiasm. No enthusiasm for the worldly, temporary, fleeting, pain-giving things. That utsaha, you must be enthusiastic in something higher, not the utsahi bhavati. Matto bhavati. Matto, you know, I think Sagar mentioned about it. I think he says you get spirited. I think he brought him. People get spirited, you know. Drinks and now drugs. I heard our one of these Swamis has talked in this. He said once a man who was a drunkard and drug addict who was getting intoxicated now and then, he went to Ramakrishna Paramahamsa. And this man, you know, once in a way he used to get that spirit, that also the spirit, this also the spirit. Ramakrishna Paramahamsa had this spirit. And Ramakrishna Paramahamsa, he watched him entire day, 1.5 days he was in that matta. And this man went to Ramakrishna Paramahamsa and said, "Sir, I take this and this and I get this matta, spirited equity. What is the brand you are taking?" The Shishya asks Ramakrishna Paramahamsa, "What is the brand you are taking?" He answered him in his own way, "Kali brand." No, all of you, I want you to get spirited. Not Shiva's regal Janimakar. That Parabrahma brand. That's called Matta Bhavati. Hence you that you don't need anything else. Sabdaha, words won't come to you, and you will be in Atma Rama, Ananda state of bliss. So we have seen a lot of the meaning of Narada Bhakti Sutra. What are the eligibility that we have to do? We have understood little of Narada. If you understand that Bhakti is true, unpolluted, genuine, Parama Prema, then we have understood. But this cannot be explained, can be experienced. So please experience love. Yeah, I think I will stop that.